Jay Guillermo is the new O-line coach at the Naval Academy. Most recently, he coached at East Tennessee State. And Jay, you learned, played, and coached for one of the great football minds of our generation, George Quarles. How does his influence show up in your coaching style?
Yeah, I think for Coach Quarles, the biggest thing with him is the relationships that he builds with his players, right? And I saw that as a high school player and then getting to coach for him. So that's one thing for me is knowing that you can coach kids hard, right? But they also got to know that you care for them. And so that's how he is and how he was with us as I was a player and is as a coach. And so that's probably the biggest thing I've learned from him is how to treat people and how to coach people hard but love them up at the same time.
At a place where you're new to, how do you start building relationships with your players?
Yeah, I think it's just being around them as much as you can, having them over to your house, having them around your family, because that's such a big piece to it is, people say we're going to treat you like family, but at the end of the day, I mean, I'm around these guys as much as I'm around my wife and my daughter and my son, and, so actually having them as family. And so it's just being around the guys and getting to talk to them and be around them and let them know that I'm here more than just to coach football.
Johnson City is pretty much home for you. Why take that leap and move to Annapolis?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Cronic, really brought me up here, and obviously with the Naval Academy, it's a place that's a dream school for a lot of people, for players and coaches. And I know it was for me. My grandfather was a high school football coach for a long time in North Carolina, and guy by the name of Troy Goss played here, and so I knew a little bit about the Naval Academy, but it's a place that's a bucket list place for a lot of people. And so just the culture around this place and the kind of kids that you have the ability to coach, and really just everything around it with the history behind this place is something that's very attractive to any coach.
As fate would have it, your coaching counterpart at O-line is also from East Tennessee, former Oak Ridge quarterback legend Tommy Laurendine. How are you two getting along?
Oh, Tommy's great, man. We're going to work well together. I'm excited to be with him and, him teach me a little bit, and I'm kind of a fiery guy. People say I get that way at least. So having he and I together, really being kind of two teaming it's going to be fun.
With spring practice coming in March, what are your expectations for your position group?
Well, I think the first thing is you have to set the expectation, and the expectation for us is, we don't take any crap from anybody. You think of Navy football, you think of tough, hard-nosed, physical football, and that's what we're going to be. And so having that expectation on the practice field, in the meeting rooms of who we're going to be, we don't take any crap from anybody. I mean, that's big for me, and because scheme is scheme and all that is important, but at the end of the day, offensive line play is a lot of just a mentality of how you play and taking quarters out of defensive linemen. And you do that in the first, second, third quarter by finishing. And you don't just turn that on whenever you go to the game, right? You got to do it in practice because you are what you repeatedly do. And if you're a guy that kicks tail, you're going to do it in practice, and that's who we're going to be.
You and your wife, Ava, just welcomed in a baby boy, Roman Samuel Edwin Guillermo, 8 pounds, 4 ounces. How is the family doing?
Oh, they're doing well. So loving Annapolis. The coaches' wives around here have been so great. Once again, people talk about family. Some people show it. And Coach Newberry and the rest of the staff here, they really showed it and made this feel like home very quickly. And so they're all doing well. And little Roman's going to be in the chutes before he knows it.
Well, Jay, welcome home and good luck.
I appreciate that.